go. Okay, right, we are live. So for those of you who don't know me, hello, I am Tom McCaughley, author of Silicon Burning, the first in my series of cyberpunk crime thrillers called Singularity Rising. I kind of got into streaming a while back, streaming different cyberpunk games as a way of promoting my book. I played Deus Ex a while back, but I didn't have a really good streaming setup then, so I'm just going to play through it again now with my new shiny streaming setup and hopefully get a few more viewers. So before we get kicked off, I'm just going to read you the synopsis of my book, just in case you're not familiar with it. And it sounds the synopsis sounds really great when you read it against the background of the Deus Ex soundtrack, so that is what I will do for you now. So yeah, here we go. Silicon Burning. London has been upgraded. So have its nightmares. The year is 2045. Almost 30 years have passed since a devastating nuclear terrorist attack on London. Mothermind, an advanced artificial intelligence created by the Virtualife Corporation, now monitors British citizens 24/7. The boundaries between machines and humans are blurred. The gap between rich and poor is widened. The human race is diminishing, and cybernetically enhanced transhumans are growing rapidly. The flames of rebellion are rising though, spurred on by an enigmatic hacker group known as Spiritform. But, after successfully infiltrating Virtualife's network, one of Spiritform's members falls victim to Jack 21, a prolific serial killer that has been terrorizing the transhuman population of London. Now, Virtualife hires Arthur Wells, a cyborg private investigator and former cyber warfare specialist, to retrieve the data stolen by Spiritform before the secrets within are decrypted and revealed to the world. But little does he realise that he's falling into a deep corporate conspiracy and a whole new interpretation of cat and mouse game. Pick this up at your peril. You'll not be able to put it down once you start reading. So yeah, that's my book, guys. If you're into cyberpunk, I know it's what you'd enjoy. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive straight in and start playing. So let's get the volume right. There we go. So we'll do a new game class. For those of you who haven't played the first Deus Ex, I will show you the recap video they've got here.
The year was 2027.
It's kind of cool. So it's recaps the events of the first
were
game.
helping people improve their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging. Half human, half machine. And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it. I'd just landed a job as head of security at Seraph Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Seraph himself handpicked me for the job, said he needed me to keep his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant neuroscientist, Megan had found a way to make augmentation safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress. But the night before her big meeting, my security measures failed. A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Seraph headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission? Take out Megan and her team. Tried to stop them, but their leader tossed me through a plate glass wall. Last thing I heard as his bullets slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't. High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentation Sarif's money could buy. Took me half a year to get a feel for her. Should have taken longer. But 6 months into my recovery, Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time, by a radical group of pro-human purists. Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research. The thugs broke into Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it, and when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on. The Aug killed himself before I could question him. Sarif ordered me to dig deeper, so with the help of Frank Pritchard, Sarif's head of cybersecurity, I did. Turns out a second hacker had been controlling the Aug's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there. The same mercs who'd left me for dead 6 months before. Figured they'd try again when they saw me. Wasn't so easy for them this time. I took out the tank named Barrett. Even got him to give me a new lead. A penthouse apartment in China. Of course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end. Hengsha Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it. Trying to find clues in Hengsha wouldn't be easy. Lucky for me, I wasn't alone. Farida Malik, Sarif Industries' ace pilot, had lived in Hengsha before. A good person to have on your side. She knew enough about the place to get me around. Malik dropped me in the lower city, close to the penthouse Barrett had told me about. Bell Tower Associates, a private security firm with a contract to the Chinese government, had agents tossing the suite when I arrived. Just not for the reason I'd been expecting. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the AUG in Sarif's factory. Van Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did. Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the Triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition. Sarif Industries was at the top of her list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM and grab a surveillance hologram off a server. I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. Megan wasn't dead. She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped, spirited away somewhere while their kidnappers made it look like they were dead. Desperate to learn more, I confronted Zhao in her penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global interests at a whim. Then she slipped into a panic room and hit the alarm, forcing me to make a very quick exit. I figured Zhao was lying, but part of her confession made sense. David Sarif had been worried about his people. So worried, he'd required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted. The GPOs would have been broadcasting the day of the attack. With Zhao said a single call to Picus, the world's leader in global 24-hour satellite news, had turned those signals off. I needed to fly to Picus headquarters in Montreal if I wanted to learn more. Eliza Cassan, Picus Communications' First Lady of News. Malik thought I was reaching when I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad. But when I confronted Cassan in her office, she freely admitted to jamming Detroit's satellites the night Megan's team had been taken. Said she's just been following her commands. I suspected she wanted to say more. But Black Op mercenaries showed up looking to shut us both down. And just like that, the Eliza I'd been talking to disappeared. The mercs were led by an augmented killer I crossed paths with twice before, Fedorova, a woman who'd made silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission to a secret server room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued. I made sure she never moved silently again. With Fedorova down and no one left to keep Eliza quiet, she reappeared. Turns out Picus's First Lady of News wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Eliza told me the mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Sarif if I wanted to learn more. By the time Malik and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out in several cities. The UN was being urged to intervene. Sarif was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor turned philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Sarif had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Sarif Industries to the top of the Fortune 500. According to Sarif, Megan's kidnappers knew this, and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching. Determined to do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead.
Always. Bloody Illuminati, eh?
Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates, seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha. The tracking signal I was following led straight to the Triads, or more specifically, to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm off a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door, meaning at least one of Sarif's scientists was dead. Maybe not the rest of them, though. Tong pointed me to a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a Bell Tower ship. It was sailing to Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea. Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners there, and using them to perfect the Hyron Project, a human-computer interface that left most of its test subjects dead. My search for Megan would have ended then, if not for a mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he slipped me aboard a second ship headed to Singapore, and an Illuminati-run biotech facility called Omega Ranch. 3 of Sarif's scientists were there, forced by their captors to create a technology capable of remotely shutting down augmented abilities. Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by the World Health Organization, millions of people all over the world already had the biochip installed. With the help of the scientists, I tracked Megan to a private section of the ranch. There, I ran into Yaron Namir, the walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with
So
Zhao
dense.
and was hoping to catch me off guard. Their little ambush didn't work. I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Sarif had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind. Then he activated the biochips to prove his point. All over the world, augmented people flew into a killing frenzy. Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to me to set things right. To do it, I had to reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down Darrow's broadcast, I knew the damage he'd done. Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time could give us the answers.
So yeah, that's the story of Deus Ex Human Revolution, and now we have, after that video, the game shall begin. So I'm doing this in New Game Plus mode, so I do believe I can keep my augmentations in my first playthrough.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
Yep. Cyberpunk shit, mate.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard sister airlines flight 451 were killed. When an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Aside from COVID-19,
Sometimes you just have to let go and embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now, Hansa, are ya?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen! Am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good, because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you.
Listen up, all of you.
We got a sandstorm barreling down our ass and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this man, an arms dealer named Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
It's not. He's selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Aran Singh, the undercover agent who lured Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. For 3 years he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts their party. Singh's cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that way. This is where the deal's going down. A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident. It's not a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo, things got gruesome real fast.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
So what's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his gin crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, you're going in solo from the roof.
My objectives?
Keep the gin from joining the party. As far as we can tell, only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level. A halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware, just to be sure.
The last time I went non-lethal, so this time I can not go lethal.
I'm not leaving my 6 exposed. Give me something lethal.
Your call, but Singh's undercover in all this.
So watch your fucking sights.
What about range? There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
Never was one to play the odds. Give me something I can use up close.
You got it. One last thing, Jensen. Singh said the Jinn are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
I'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute. So we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your number one priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your heavy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Alright, so here we go, guys.
Task Force Actual. This is Knife Leader. Engage Hush drives and descend to Angels 1-5.
Superhero landing time. Covered it like that, man. Gotta love those Icarus effects. So, do I keep my augmentations for my last playthrough? Yeah, I do. Nice.
Team Leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
What was the better control scheme for me? I can't remember. Hold on a second. Controls. There we go. So yeah, I'm a huge SpaceX fan, guys. We haven't picked up on that now. It's a very big influence on my taste. Yeah. Okay. See, main character, I sort of imagine it being a cross between Adam Jensen and Rick Deckard from Blade Runner. Two big cyberpunk staples there for me. Deus Ex, Blade Runner, one gripe I do have with the story in this game, it did help promote the...
Jensen, we're moving through... Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Jinn have got a few Jennies up and running. Gonna have to hack keypads.
Should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
Go look for any now. I was really hoping that Cyberpunk 2077 would be out by now, but November it is. It'll be worth the wait, guys. I was also thinking about streaming because the old Blade Runner adventure game is coming out, so they're releasing it on the new consoles, so we can have some PS4, Switch, and Xbox. Probably get that for Switch. Luckily, last time round I maxed out my hacker skills, so I shouldn't have any trouble getting ammo this time. Put it on hard mode, so it should be an
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
I'm in, guys.
I think that'll be the last.
احنا ما بدنا احد تاني يحط هذه العملية في خطر.
Fuck it, all guns blazing.
قبل ما يصل تاجر الأسلحة.
I'll do another sweep in the area, just to make sure.
علمني إذا أي شيء تغير.
Well, see, even when I want to play, like, all out, I find myself wanting to go stealthy.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
When I was riding my foot, I sort of
Access granted.
as being a cross between the
Jensen, Mac, listen up. Doppler shows that sandstorm's moving in fast. It's big, and it's gonna hit us hard.
God, I hate the fucking desert. Confirm visual?
I can. Time is not on our side.
Copy that.
Solid copy.
I think I'm... maybe I have to put that. Really have to get into the cyberpunk mindset for this game to really like, where you have to really think like, okay, I am this transhuman badass with all these implants which enhance my abilities beyond a normal human brain. How am I going to use this to basically kick these guys' asses without being seen? I think IGN put best infiltrate, be the agents which know the security system would have withstand. Proper cyberpunk. CPAS, I should say. So I've rambled a bit. I'm still getting used to the whole streaming thing. You got to keep talking like it's a radio station and play games at the same time. It's a new skill. I'm working on it. I did say I was going to go all guns blazing in this playthrough, guys. So I think I should stay.
موجودة على السطح عشان تكون بعيدة من الرمل.
Good. There is too much riding in this deal. Last thing we need is it comes breaking down.
McCready, how you making out?
Slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again?
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere. A lot of your cousins are here too, Jim. Listen, you want me to grab you any spare parts?
No problem. But I take mine with premature sugar for asking.
Okay, note to self, flash grenades are not our friends, guys.
المخزن من المخازن الموجودة على السطح عشان تكون بعيدة من الرمل.
Good. There is too much riding in this deal. Last thing we need is the comes breaking down.
فهمت. يلا نبتدي نتحرك.
McCready, how you making out?
Slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again?
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere. A lot of your cousins are here too, Jensen. Want me to grab you any spare parts?
No parts, but I take mine with cream and 2 sugars while you're asking.
It's got to have a few good headshots in this game, and you're alright. I could use a machine pistol, don't I, these? I'm gonna go all guns blazing. I probably don't need this. This.
Jensen, what's your 20?
Working my way through the penthouses.
Remember to keep an eye out for the Jin's communications booster. If you can, disable it.
Roger that.
around here somewhere.
Listen up, everyone. Chang's hacked into the Jinn's radio signal. Checking the patch now. We should be hearing Sing any second.
خليل الراجل اللي هيبقى علينا الحاجات جايه كمان شويه. روح قول لبقيه الناس ان انا هحصلكم وخليكم يعني منتظرين.
Patch is clean.
Solid copy. Good. I'll repatch us once the deal kicks off.
Miller, I disabled the Jinn's comms booster. Should make it harder for them to listen in on the deal.
Good work. With luck, Sing's cover will still be intact when this is over.
Roger that. Moving on to primary target now.
Part of the trick of the game is to have as many weapons as possible, so when you pick up ammo, you've got the right weapon to use it with.
Jensen, we're inside the atrium, taking up positions on the terraces. What's your 20?
Still moving.
Well, hurry the fuck up. Enemy helos inbound and this sandstorm's getting close. You get that comms booster disabled?
Affirmative. Booster's fried.
So maybe the Tin Man does have a heart after all. Way to look out for your team. Creedy out.
Losing money from course. Is there any better feeling than that in games? Okay, here we go.
Anomaly detected. Access granted.
This is Jensen. Penthouse access route secure. Jinn shouldn't be a problem. Over.
Copy that. About fucking time. Enemy helo sighted. All right, strike force. Position and hold.
Strike 1 in position.
Strike 2, all set. Strike 3, yeah.
Strike 4 in position and holding, boss. Eyes up, safety's off, guys.
Yeah, no shit, brown nose.
Watch your fucking mouth, Halliday.
Both of you shut up. 5 in position.
Everybody stay sharp. Singh's got eyes on Shepard. Patching you in now. Target's in the AO. Remember, Singh's down there, so watch your fire.
You got balls, Singh? Executing a buy with a sandstorm on our ass?
I cannot take credit for Mother Nature, mister.
You can call me Shepard.
How biblical. Are these the weapons?
The Ogs. They're getting harder to come by. Guns are still on the chopper. Show me the cash, quick, and we'll...
What the?
Alright.
Part has been crashed. Shepard is dead.
What? By who? What's going on down there?
Miller, this isn't the Jinn. Repeat, it's not the Jinn.
They're after the weapons. Open fire! Open fire!
Weapons free! Open up on
Greedy, making a grab for the chopper. You got a shot?
Negative. We're under heavy fire down here. We can't let that chopper take off, Jensen.
I got it.
This is bad! They're closing in! We're gonna lose Singh! Jensen, I can't reach him!
Jensen, this sandstorm might have just...
Save quickly, because this part's a little tricky, because I want to try and save Singh.
bought us some time, but you need to disable that chopper.
Copy that.
Actually pretty good considering. So just keep moving forward, get to the chopper, and save Singh.
But you need to disable that chopper.
Copy that. Miller, chopper's been grounded. Repeat.
Jensen! You're welcome.
Shit.
Artificial eyes to prosthetic limbs.
From molecular-sized computers.
Human-controlled evolution available to all.
Yes. Oh, I guess so.
We will merge with machines, with
When you
computers.
start, the Illuminati won't be able to control men and women like you. No, stop! Had planned.
Scenes of horror on the streets of Detroit.
Madness has gripped mechanically augmented people.
Shanghai, Los Angeles, Ankara, Dubai.
People are dying out there. Millions of people.
The search for survivors in Pangaea has been downgraded to a recovery mission.
The Czech Republic leads a growing list of countries calling for the relocation of its augmented citizens.
Elon Musk says he's going to be demoing his
people like us.
Bust into safe and secure Singularity
I refer to the break of the neural lace because that's what it was called in Halo, and also
We were victims.
What Elon
This is
Musk
retribution
decided to
for a
call.
tragedy we cannot
And now
control.
that technology is actually being unveiled like this Friday.
They buried the truth.
Multiple detonations. Looks like karma.
Another terrorist attack, this time in a building.
The United Nations Security Council has passed
A new anti-terrorist intelligence and response team will have great
Task Force 29. Agent Jensen.
I won't let it happen again.
What have the events in Dubai cost us?
They knew the risks.
How many assets did we lose?
All of them. This sandstorm didn't help. The mission was a success.
Clearly, your scale for success is a generous one.
Oh, it's Jeff Bezos,
However,
guys. Check it out.
the erratic nature of the attack could work to our advantage. Interpol will be confused for weeks, and with our continued guidance, the people will come round eventually. We are all in this for the long game, after all.
That's never changed.
You think so? Do I need to remind you all how far we have veered off course? The Og incident has caused a schism in society. Things are worse than we projected, and growing more unstable every day. This will not be tolerated. To ensure the success of our vision, the disruptive elements must be excised.
No one here disagrees with you. But let me fly to New York and I will personally evaluate the situation. We may already have the votes we need to ensure that the Human Restoration Act passes.
Very well. Stanton, you accompany. We may need to exert financial as well as political pressure to silence anyone opposed. Proceed. Elizabeth, I'll contact you later.
It won't succeed, Lucius, even with Dowd's money. You know what Rand will find in New York? Weak, ineffectual men. And with Nathaniel Brown still an unknown factor.
Of course. That is why we're proceeding with our alternate strategy. You have claimed much in the past, Huge. This is your chance to deliver.
Everything is in place. We can initiate whenever you wish. How secure are your communications, Bob? Jaina seems to have eyes everywhere these days. He and his Juggernaut Collective...
Janus won't be an issue. I've made arrangements. I laid the foundations. Now it is time to get everyone's attention. Page, activate the sleep cell.
Konečná stanice Růžičkovo nádraží. Příjezd za 5 minut.
Miller, it's Jensen. Just getting off the train now.
Copy that. We'll debrief when you get in. You coming straight to the office?
Unless there's a problem at a checkpoint.
Your papers should be in order. Just keep your head down. Miller out.
crazy thing is now people are sending out drones. Keeping track of people.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Damn it.
Damn Clank! Why don't you watch where you're going?
Here, let me help you with that, ma'am.
Man? Seriously?
I could have gone with Sweetie. You get my message about Dubai?
Yeah. I'm glad you're alright, Adam. That ambush sounded pretty bad, man.
Not something I was expecting, that's for sure. Any idea who hit us?
Well, I'm sure your task force will come up with something. And that it won't be what the Juggernaut Collective digs up. Kinda odd, though, don't you think? Interpol sending your team, the Prague team, to Dubai in the first place?
Miller said they were scrambling. Last minute intel. We were the only strike team available.
Yeah, well, that's a lie. Better get moving. The Collective has been keeping tabs on all task force divisions ever since we slipped you into one of them. They've got a team in Oman, and a hell of a lot faster than you guys.
So why send us?
I don't know. If the task force is an Illuminati front, we all suspect, it doesn't make much sense to send it into an ambush.
Unless they wanted our team to see something. Officially.
Alcover, si praftesi papiri. Si praftesi papiri na inspekcji.
Don't make a scene, Adam.
Wouldn't dream of it, Alex.
Zastavuj se!
I swear it's gotten even worse here in the past few days. Everyone looking over their shoulder. Terrified Augs like us are going to attack them again.
Somebody probably will. Treat people like animals long enough, they'll start acting like animals.
You say that like there's nothing we could do to stop it.
I already tried 2 years ago. It didn't work out so well.
So what? Are you saying we should just give up? Let hatred and prejudice take over? To hell with that!
I'm saying I can only go after enemies I see, Alex. The men who caused all this, the true power brokers, they're the ones I need to stop. I thought you knew that.
I do. You, me, the Juggernaut Collective, we're all trying to stop them. It doesn't mean turning a blind eye to
Then help me find them.
Just watch yourself, Clank.
I hate this city. Come on. If you're right about Dubai, about the Illuminati needing your team as witnesses, then we need to find out why. Who gave you the order to mobilize?
Miller did. But it probably came from someone higher up the chain.
Doesn't mean he's not in on it. Ever heard of the NSM?
The neural subnet, sure. In TF-29, directors use it to plan ops and communicate privately in cyberspace. What's this?
Whisper chip. Custom-made wiretap device. Janus designed it to fit inside the NSM's motherboard.
Ah, the elusive Janus. Leader of the hacktivists. Am I ever gonna meet this guy?
Someday, maybe. Right now you need to concentrate on Miller and find a way to access the NSM's motherboard.
Alex, you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Do you hear that? Check it out.
Okay, be careful. We'll talk.
Hold on. Shit. Alex, it's Adam.
Hey, you sound like shit. How you feeling?
A little sore, but I'll be alright. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've been through worse. Jesus, how fucked up is that to think, huh?
Listen, Alex, my systems are acting up a little, so I've got to get checked out. But if you want to meet or...
What? No, I'm fine, man. You just take care of you. This girl's built tough. Give me a call when you're useful again, okay?
Alright, I will. Talk to you soon.
Okay, right, so now we're back in the game. I am just going to quickly head out to take my doggy for a walk, so I should be back in about 20 minutes or so. In the meantime, I'm just going to leave you guys with the trailer for my book. If you're watching along on Facebook and YouTube, the links should be in the description to get an Amazon. So yeah, I'm just going to leave you with the trailer. Catch you guys in a bit. Sorry for the delay. I got a bit held up, little doggy. But he's okay, it's all good. So I'm going to start playing in a moment. For those of you who have just joined, hello. I am Tom McCaughley, author of Silicon Burning, the first in my series of cyberpunk crime thrillers called Singularity Rising. I'm just here playing Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. I kind of got into streaming as a way of promoting my book a while back by playing different cyberpunk themed games. Wish Cyberpunk 2077 was out, but it's, you know, well, yeah, we all know how that's going. Anyway, yeah, before I get started, I'm just going to read you the synopsis from my book because it sounds great against the Deus Ex soundtrack. So I'm just going to bring that up.
Okay, here we go. Silicon burning. London has been upgraded. So have its nightmares. The year is 2045. Almost 30 years have passed since a devastating nuclear terrorist attack on London. Mothermind, an advanced artificial intelligence created by the Virtualife Corporation, now monitors British citizens 24/7. The boundaries between machines and humans have blurred. The gap between rich and poor has widened. The human race is diminishing and cybernetically enhanced transhumans are growing rapidly. The flames of rebellion are rising though, spurred on by an enigmatic hacker group known as Spiritform. But, after successfully infiltrating Virtualife's network, one of Spiritform's members falls victim to Jack-21, a prolific serial killer that has been terrorizing the transhuman population of London. Now, Virtualife hires Arthur Wells, a cyborg private investigator, and former cyber warfare specialist to retrieve the data stored by Spiritform before the secrets within are decrypted and revealed to the world. But little does he realize that he's falling into a deep corporate conspiracy and a whole new interpretation cat and mouse game. Pick this up with your pal. You'll not be able to put it down once you start reading. So yeah, get your copy of Silicon Burning right now, guys. Available on Amazon in ebook version for just $4.99, or paperback for just £15. If you want to head on over to my website, you can also pick up a signed copy as well. So without any further ado, let's get back to Deus Ex.
Open blinds.
Good morning, Adam. You have one new message.
From?
David Starrett.
Play it.
Adam, it's David. I know it's been a while.
Tradition.
What happened in Prague yesterday?
Precision.
Look, son, whatever reasons you had for not getting out the last 2 years, life's too short. I'm leaving for London soon, but give me a call.
You saved his vidcall number?
Yes, Adam. Just activate your TV system.
Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the...
T1.
Adam! Thanks for calling me back, son.
Seraph.
I heard about the bombing in Prague. It's all over the news. Did anyone you know get hurt?
You know me. I tend to keep to myself. I'm surprised you even know I'm here.
Interpol called me when you applied for the job, part of their extensive background checks. I gave you a glowing recommendation.
Thanks. What do you want?
What do I want? Jeez, Adam! I know I did some questionable things in the past, but a lot's happened in the last 2 years. To both of us.
That's true. For what it's worth, I'm glad you made it out of Panchaea.
Thank you. It wasn't easy, as I'm sure you know. I was at death's door by the time the rescue crews pulled me out of the wreckage, and while the doctors were stitching me back together, my company fell apart. Wasn't anything I could do to stop it, not from a hospital bed.
I heard Tai Young Medical bought everything up.
They're the only biotech corporation that could after the incident. Our patents, our tech, everything. Oh well, sometimes one dream has to die so another can rise from its ashes.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Yeah, alright, that seems to be working now. Okay. Sorry, I thought my microphone had fucked up there. Seems to be okay.
You talked to Pritchard lately?
Frank! Out of all of us, I think he's the one who's changed the least.
He'd probably tell you there wasn't anything about him that needed changing.
I'm sure he would. But when the world transforms itself the way ours has, people need to adapt or get left behind. Frank's freelance now, but he's still in computer security, still in Detroit. I don't know if he'll ever leave.
Detroit, yeah.
You heard anything from Megan?
After all we went through, I thought she'd stand by me. Still, you know, she always wanted to be at the cutting edge. She didn't see a future for herself in Detroit, so she went to VersaLife.
She moved to Hong Kong?
San Francisco. They've got an offshore research facility there named Roca Seca Beach. I'm sure you've seen it in the news.
California, huh? I wonder if she's told her mother.
You want my advice, son? Write her out of your life, because I'm damn sure she's written us out of hers.
Your message said you were going to London. Casual trip? Or is this tied to the new dream?
I'm, meeting with the Santo Group, Nathaniel Brown and his investors.
Santo? They built the Udalek complex, the Og Ghetto, here in Prague. Why are you meeting with them?
Brown's got big plans. He wants to focus on real solutions, ideas that'll look to the future. You've heard of the Safe Harbor Initiative?
I've heard of Rabia, the walled city he and his company are building in the desert for Augs.
Rabia's just a part of it. We're talking about self-sustaining, energy-efficient arcologies that can be replicated anywhere on Earth. Cities built by the augmented, for the augmented.
Where the dream of self-controlled human evolution lives on.
It may not seem like it right now, son, but one day, people will move on from the incident, and when that happens, we'll be ready for it. I'm glad we caught up, Adam. I've always tried to look out for you, you know. That bombing yesterday.
You didn't call to talk about the bombing. Just ask.
It's nothing, really. I just need a signature so I can finish filing the bankruptcy paperwork.
You need my signature?
Yeah, apparently there was some kind of bureaucratic mix-up caused by you being declared legally dead for a year. The apartment in Detroit was leased in your name even though we paid for it.
Fine. Send me the paperwork.
Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it. Really.
Goodbye, Seraph. Miller, it's Jensen.
It's good to finally hear from you, Agent. You doing okay?
Sorry about the downtime. I'll get to the office as soon as I can, but my Augs took a hit during the attack. I need to get them looked at.
Of course. There's a lot of work ahead of us, Jensen. I'll see you when you get in.
I don't know. Páje, jsou všichni stejní.
Dr. Kohler, I need to... Pay your visit.
Jensen! Now's actually a really good time for me, like right now!
Something wrong?
There are some guys in my bookshop. Pissed off the Valley gangster-looking guys. So, unless you want bloodshed the day after a terror attack...
The front door isn't the most peaceful option. I got it.
Access granted.
Už tam byl, ale že by něco hlásil, jsem ještě neslyšel.
Anomaly detected. Trace access granted.
must hang on. Seeker, you are here to see the builder? He has been asleep, but I cannot wake him. I do not know if he will recover. Do not give up faith.
Are you sure? I do not think that
Anomaly detected. Access granted.
The violence. In the northwestern United States, a group of non-augmented citizens, armed with assault rifles, have begun patrolling the streets of Lewistown, Montana. In China, meanwhile, a group of protesters demanding freedom of basic human rights for all, regardless of augmented status, have been imprisoned by the Chinese government.
I believe he was selling categories.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Hacking is a bit of an easy source of experience.
This is Eliza Kassan, reporting live from Vegas.
Tradition, precision, refinement, dynamic logic. It's about time.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
Yeah, buddy, just wait till you're talking. Don't worry about it.
I know I am not the only one wondering what the Augmented Rights Coalition hopes to achieve following news of yesterday's devastating attack in Prague. So let's hear from Dr. Dallas Rucker.
Listen, no. The incident was a tragedy.
But it wasn't all.
Ёбаный Hoyt! We're not finished!
Station fell victim to a bombing. The third to hit Prague in recent months. Is this really the face of a pacifist? Join the discussion online and let us know what you think. This is Eliza Kassa, reporting to you live from Picus. The global leader.
Stava se tady.
I have a really bad name.
I never did anything.
Access granted.
Construction, ecology, quality, excellence, restoring the past, and
Anomaly detected.
No one watching on Facebook at the moment.
Trace program initiated.
European-based construction giant Accenture has successfully been Tanzanian government to become a signatory to the designed to promote the creation of safe, secure housing.
Anomaly detect access granted.
Free from persecution. This international civil engineering and action plan is the brainchild of Santo CEO Nathaniel Brown. Its flagship project, a glittering engineered city.
Anything else, Nick?
Reporting to you live.
Yeah! You know, before that... So let's check.
Biocells, painkillers, right over there.
You want praxis, eh? Biocell, hypostim, painkillers.
I might be interested.
They sell these things.
Yeah, I got that.
Buy something.
When you got me, see.
You want anything else?
I'm good for now.
That's it. Big spender.
Alright, mate. Don't be cheeky.
Relax, Pratt. The worst that can happen is that shot.
I'm just gonna use jungle.
Don't touch my things.
Okay, I probably not like them. Alright, no, they're jumpy.
Ours is the man. He'll set you up.
Where will they attack?
I was lost like you. Praise the machine god.
Peace.
Machine gun, eh? It's a very distinct possibility. It's kind of why I named my book The Singularity Rising, that concept pattern. The intelligence explosion of machines can improve themselves without stripping us. But we have to operate to keep up with them. Become cyberpunks. Scary shit. Very real possibility.
Access granted.
Tell you like it is. To be fair, William Gibson really did get it right all those years ago. It's just crazy how much. I mean, some differences obviously. Like you didn't predict mobile phones and shit. SenseNet is very like, and SenseNet Corporation and Neuromancer is very similar to Facebook.
Access granted.
Future is at hand.
You can do this. Just take it easy. Everything will be fine. Everything will be just fine.
You don't believe that any more than I do.
Oh yeah.
License, permit, voucher, document of authority, temporary pass, travel coupon, and/or certificate of authenticity.
Good old days, we'd just ask for ID.
Good old days are gone. Haven't seen one of these before. Orange level. You are some kind of badass?
Just someone with a job to do.
And the tools to do it, obviously. Go on through.
What you tell me is more concerned about organized crime than
No, this thing.
Elitist! I'm serious. I saw him last night, out behind the restaurant. We had a mail.
So before I went to the police to rat them out. No, you can call my
Any idea what today's take is? Don't blow your cover.
Oh. Hello.
Don't forget about your...
Doc Larry! Doc Larry! Show me latest papers. Otherwise you cannot go through here.
I know the drill.
The drill has changed. Too many forgeries. All OGs must now carry a supplementary permit authentication card. Do you have this card?
This guy's a fake cop, so
Must have left it in my other coat.
I've got to either kill him or go to the rat him out.
You expect me to believe that?
I expect you to believe that my docs are up to date.
I wish it was that simple. Unfortunately, brand new measures just got implemented. If you try to continue this way without latest permit, I am legally obliged to shoot you.
Is that right?
My friend, I know what you're thinking. It's terrible the way they make laws against your kind. But listen, maybe I can do something to help. We could come to an understanding.
What kind of understanding?
Lucky for you, I know a guy. An expert in permitification. A document agent. He offers permits, authentication cards. Peace of mind. With his help, you go wherever you want, whenever you want. No more hassles. What do you say?
This document agent you mentioned, is he the one in charge? He gets you to stop OGs and offer them this opportunity to do business with him.
Go see for yourself. My friend has documents to pass checkpoints, to keep police off your back, to get into parts of Prague you never knew existed. Tell him Drahomir sent you. You'll see. I give you address, yes?
All right, give me the address. I think I'd like to see who's behind all this.
Chekashka. There's a courtyard behind the apartment building. Very easy to find. My friend will be there. He will get you latest permit card. Just pay him and don't ask questions.
Oh yeah, that's like
Get the smoke?
No one's watching right now, but thanks a lot for joining, guys. We'll catch you